Hi kids! Today we're going to talk about a topic called the first conditional. So I know that you have mentioned before that you don't like the sound, that my microphone is probably broken, so don't worry, I already asked for one, bear with me for a while. And we're going to start with this wonderful topic. First conditional. We talk about first conditional when we have a possible consequence. So this is the use, possible consequences. In order to be a consequence, we need an action first. So for example, let's say that you decided to brush your teeth. You go to the bathroom, you put some toothpaste on your brush, you open the tap, and then you start brushing your teeth. However, you leave the tap open. In consequence, you will waste water. So, in first conditional, that will be, if you leave the tap open, you will waste water. Here is a consequence. You will waste water. That is a consequence. That is a consequence that emerged from one action. The action is leave the tap open. So we have an action that is leave the tap open, and then we have a consequence that is the waste of water. So let's start with another example, shall we? Example number 2. I don't know if you remember, but at the beginning of the year, there was a devastating catastrophe in Australia. There were fires everywhere, and a lot of animals and people died in that tragic disaster. But what happened first? I mean, this is a consequence of something. What happened was that we didn't take care well enough of the environment. So, if we don't take care of our planet, that is a condition, that is the action. The consequence will be that the animals will suffer. This is the action if we don't take care of our planet, and this is the possible consequence. The animals will suffer. Okay, example number 3. If you study, that is an action. What happens when you study? I mean, let's think about it. What do you think will happen? What is the possible consequence of you studying? If you study, you won't fail the test. So action and a possible consequence. The other way that you can say this is inverting these two parts of this big sentence. For instance, you won't fail the test if you study. Okay. These are the examples that we used in the last slides. So, if you leave the tap open, you will waste water. If we don't take care of our planet, the animals will suffer. If you study, you won't fail the test. And you won't fail the test if you study. Okay, something very important here. What you see on your right is a comma. As you notice, there are two ideas in each one of the sentences, and all of them are separated by a comma. So let's identify the other parts of this first conditional. So we know there are actions that carry a possible consequence. These are the actions. If you leave the tap open, if we don't take care of our planet, if you study again. So actions, leave the tap open, don't take care of our planet, and study. Action. And now, you know, that action will bring a possible consequence. Then we have these important, very important parts of the first conditional. If. So the actions have if. They start with if. What else? These actions are usually in present simple. You leave the tap open, we don't take care of our planet, and you study. Leave is a verb in present. Don't take care is negative in present, and study is also a verb in present. So when we're talking about actions in this first conditional, we use present simple. The other very important part is that the possible consequence will be written in future with will. So you will waste water. Remember that when we use will, the next verb is going to be in infinitive. So the animals will suffer. You won't fail the test. Won't. Remember that won't is the negative of will. So we have actions and possible consequences. They are divided by a comma. The actions start with if and they are in present simple. And the possible consequences use future will. This is the general structure. If plus present simple plus future will. Sometimes we can invert this structure to future will, then if, then present simple. And they are going to be separated by a comma. So, to summarize everything that I just talked about, we have the structure, the use, and the examples. The structure: if, present simple, future will. Use, possible consequences. Examples: if you leave the tap open, you will waste water. If we don't take care of our planet, the animals will suffer. If you study, you won't fail the test. And you won't fail the test if you study. Okay, so the activity. I'm going to publish the activity there in the Facebook group. Make sure you are there on time so you can develop the activity. Remember these slides because we're going to do something very similar to this, okay? So thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And remember to be on time on the Facebook group so you can develop the activity. Okay? Bye.